IIT JEEMAIN 2016 Math Video Solutions. My name is Raghukumar Chichula, and we're going to see code H of IIT JEE 2016 main. So the first question, if you see 31, the area in square units, of the region x comma y square is greater than or equal to 2x, x square plus y square less than or equal to 4x, x greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0. Let us see this solution here. And whenever you are given inequations like this. What are the inequations given here? X square plus y square less than or equal to 4x, and other one is y square greater than or equal to 2x, and also given that x comma y greater than or equal to 0. Now you have to take you have to find out the area traced by these two curves such that x and y are positive. Now, whenever you are given any equations, also you take is equal to and solve the equations. So, solving this, you will get, put this y square here, x square plus 2x is less than or equal to 4x, implies x square minus 2x is less than or equal to 0. And if you take the roots of it, the x is equal to 0, comma 2. That means these two curves intersect at 0, comma 2. So now let us take the figure or the area traced by these two curves. Now, because it is 0, and you can see the circle center here, if we take is equal to x squared plus y squared minus 4x, the center is 2 comma 0. Let me take this as something like 2 and 2 comma 0, and if it is a center, and the circle will go like this. This is the circle. Now it is given to be what? Less than or equal to. That means inside area. So you have to consider in this case the inside area including boundaries. That is, including the circumference you have to take because it is equal to is there. Now coming to this part here, this is y square is greater or equal to 2x. You know, it is a parabola in the standard form, y square equal to 4x standard form, 4a is 2 here. So now, if you see the intersection point here, it is intersecting at 2, and the parabola, how it goes, you all know. So it goes like this, and it will downwards, it will be like this. Now it is greater than or equal to, understand. So greater than or equal to means you have to take the external area of this. That is, this is the external area including the boundary. You have to take the external area. So this is the external area. We don't need the downward area here because x is positive and y is also positive. Both are positive, and hence you have to take only upper area. So this is the upper curve, which is the circle, and this is the lower curve, which is the parabola. We need the area bounded between these two from 0 comma 2. So required area is equal to integral of 0 to 2 upper curve minus lower curve, where y1 is equal to, upper is the circle here, so y1 is nothing but root over x square, y1 is nothing but root over x square minus 4x, root over 4x minus x square. This is y square, no? Y square is 4x minus x square. So it is y1 is equal to 4x minus x square, and y2 is equal to, this is the curve, second curve, it is root 2x. So if you substitute this here, this is integral 0 to 2, and it is root over, you make it a perfect square to express it in the form of root over a square minus x square or x square minus a square, something like that. So let me express it in the standard form. After converting it as a perfect square, you'll be getting it as 2 square minus of x minus 2 whole square. If you write this, this is minus 4x, minus of minus 4x plus 4x, and it is minus x square plus 4. Here it is minus of plus 4, minus 4 plus 4, getting cancelled. So it is in the form of root over a square minus x square minus root 2 into root x dx here, and you can now find the area. If you need both the areas, you have to make it twice here, but in this case you are given x comma y greater than or equal to 0. That is why you have to take only the upper part of it. That is the reason why we have taken only the upper part. And if you simplify this, you know the formula and all, integral root over a square minus x square is nothing but x by 2 into root over the same within the limits 0 to 2 minus a square by 2, a square is 4 by 2 into sine inverse x by a, x minus 2 by 2. And of course, this is all taking the limits as 0 to 2, and this is minus root 2 into x power 1 by 2 plus 2, 3 by 2, x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. What are the limits here? In this case also 0 to 2. Now directly substitute the limits. Most generally what happens, first part always becomes 0. You can see that clearly. First part becomes 0. Whether the upper limit is substituted or lower limit is substituted, that part becomes 0. And if you simplify this, you will be getting the answer as pi minus 8 by 3 square units, and which is option number 4 here. Option number 4 here. Let us see the option number 4 in this case. It is, you can see, this is option number 4, pi minus 8 by 3. Okay, now coming to the second problem here, it is if f of x plus twice f of 1 by x is equal to 3x, x is not equal to 0, and s is equal to, just understand that carefully please, s is equal to, in this case, s is equal to x belongs to R, f of x equal to f of minus x, f of x equal to f of minus x, and then s is what? So this is a function given here from which you have to extract f of x, and after extracting f of x, you have to equate fx and f of minus x, and thereby you have to see the solutions. So let us see that. Now this expression is given to me what here? This is problem number 32. Problem number 32. Let us see f of x plus f of x plus twice f of x. F of x plus twice f of 1 by x is what? 3x. Now, most generally to solve this type of equations, replace x with 1 by x. What happens? This becomes f of 1 by x, and this becomes twice f of x, and this becomes 3 by x. Solving this, you know how to solve this. Two linear equations, multiply this with 2 and subtract, and thereby you will get fx as fx as 2 by x minus x, 2 by x minus x, and f of minus x as minus 2 by x plus x. Now, if you see yes there, yes is given to be what? X comma y is such that f of x equal to f of minus x, f of x equal to f of minus x. So you have to find such x here where fx equal to f of minus x. So 2 by x minus x is equal to minus 2 by x plus x plus x. Now solving this, you'll be getting x is equal to plus or minus root 2. So yes has exactly 2 elements. F has exactly 2 elements, so it is option number 1. Let us see that. Option number 1. You can say the option number 1 in this case is nothing but contains exactly 2 elements. Contains exactly 2 elements. Let's move on to the next one is the integral, where you are given an integral. Question number 33 there. It is integral of, let me say 2x power 12 plus 5x power 9 whole divided by x power 5 plus x power 5 plus it is x cube plus 1 whole cube, x cube plus 1 whole cube dx. Now when you generally solve the equation, solve the integrals, indefinite integrals related, then most generally what happens, you may not be getting the idea which formula to be applied, but take a hint. In general, this indefinite integration, the options may be helpful to you to get the idea also. So that's what here power 3 is there, here power 2 is there. Just see this, power 2 in every option. That means power 3 is reduced to power 2. So what I'm getting the idea here, and if it is something like minus 3, it is brought to the numerator, plus 1. What is minus 3 plus 1? Becomes minus 2, and thereby you may be getting the chance of plus 2 here. So form the idea from there. So like how to, which formula to be applied here in this case, let me discuss now. That is, if you take the formula form now, integral f of x whole power n into f dash x dx is nothing but f of x whole power n plus 1 by n plus 1, which I mean to say this is something like minus 3 plus 1 becomes minus 2 brought to the denominator becomes plus 2. So try to convert this integral to this form. So for that purpose, how to proceed here? So take x power 5 common in this one, which becomes x power 5 whole cube, which is x power 15, and this becomes 1, plus x power 5 taken common, 1 by x square, this becomes 1 by x power 5 whole cube. Because you have x power 15 in the denominator, forcibly take that common in the numerator also, x power 15 taken common, and it becomes 2 by x cube, and it becomes 5 by x power 6 dx, and thereby these two are getting cancelled, and thereby what is that you're getting here? It is 1 plus 1 by x squared plus 1 by x power 5 whole power minus 3 brought to the numerator. That's what I mean to say here, minus 3 plus 1 into its derivative. Let us try to write that. 1 plus 1 by x square 1 by x power 5 dash dx. If I write like this, what is that happening here? Derivative 1 is 0. X power minus 2 derivative is minus 2 by x cube. X power minus 5 derivative minus 5 by x power 6, which is very much there. But there is a difference of minus. Put a minus before it. Put a minus before it. That becomes minus or minus becomes plus, and you'll get the same term there. So it is now in the form of fx power n into f dash x, which is nothing but 1 plus 1 by x squared plus 1 by x power 5 whole power minus 3 plus 1 by minus 3 plus 1 plus c. Now, if you simplify this, you'll be getting something like it is brought to the denominator, and thereby x power 5 whole power 2 becomes x power 10 divided by, and you will have x power 10 common, and with the option you will be getting it as x power 5 plus x squared plus 1 whole square plus c should be your answer. So your idea must be found from the options in this type of problems, and if you get that idea, you may be getting the idea of applying this formula, integral fx power n into f dash x dx. So let us see, the option in this case is nothing but the fourth option. We are discussing code H here, code H. So for that, the option is option 4 in this case. So option 4 in this case is the correct answer. And now coming to the next question, it is question number 34. Question number 34. F for x belongs to R, f of x is equal to modulus of ln2. That is, nothing base is not given, but you have to take it as e only. And when he uses log, he must give us the base as e. But nothing is given. You have to consider that as e. And perfectly, it should be given as ln2. So modulus of log 2 minus sin x, and g of x is equal to f of x. Then g dash 0 is to be found out in every case. G dash 0. That means that the derivative of g at 0 is to be discussed. Don't forget that. At 0 is to be discussed. At 0 is to be discussed in every case. So you have to understand that at 0 what happens. Let us see now. F of x is equal to modulus of ln2 minus sin x, and f of x means you have to write in place of fx this one, and thereby you have to see f of x, and then you have to write the derivative. Let us see that now. This is question number 34. Is question number 34 is f of x is equal to modulus of ln2 minus sin x. Okay. Now in the beginning itself, let us eliminate modulus. That will be comfortable to you. Like what? This becomes ln2 minus sin x if ln2 greater than sin x. Whether ln2 greater than sin x or not, we will be discussing according to the options, because the derivative is discussed at 0 there, at 0. Now, what is g of x in this case? It's nothing but f of x, which is nothing but f of ln2 minus sin x. I'm repeating, f ln2 greater than sin x. You may be thinking like whether ln2 is greater than sin x or not. Sin x range is -1 to +1. ln2 value is 0.3010. ln2 value is 0.3010. You might be using this value in the physics and chemistry calculations. That is ln2, 0.3010. So when sin x is lying between -1 +1, there is some value of sin x when it becomes less than ln2. When it becomes less than ln2, when it is less than 0.3, ln2 will be greater, sin x will be small. So you have to consider like that. Now, what should it be? ln2 minus sine of ln2 minus x is to be replaced with this sine. Don't forget, I'm using ln2 greater than sin x in this case also. Then you have to see whether you have modulus very much there. Modulus very much there. But because the derivative is to be discussed at x equal to 0, because the derivative of g is to be discussed at x equal to 0, you can consider ln2 is greater than sine of ln2 minus sin x. It will be greater only. It will be greater only. Otherwise, what is to be done? You have to apply mod x derivative. Mod x derivative is mod x by x. Mod x by x, where x is obviously not equal to 0. This derivative is to be used by considering this as x, you have to find the derivative. Now, let us remove the modulus sine of ln2 minus sin x. If ln2 greater than sine of ln2 minus sin x. Now you can understand this sine of ln2 value when x equal to 0. Sine of ln2 value when x equal to 0 is something like 0.2965. 0.2965 when x equals 0. So now you have to find out g dash x, because we want g dash 0. So that is the reason why it is 0.2965 means when x equal to 0, ln2 is 0.3010. Just now I mentioned 0.3010. So ln2 is always greater than this when x equal to 0. So that's why I remove the modulus comfortably. Remove the modulus. Then what should be g dash x? G dash x is nothing but ln2 derivative 0 and minus sine of ln2 minus sin x becomes minus cos of ln2 minus sin x into its derivative, ln2 derivative 0 minus sin x derivative minus cos x. This becomes minus or minus becomes plus here, and g dash 0 is nothing but cos of ln2, because cos 0 becomes 1 and this becomes 0. So it is nothing but the option number 4. Option number 4. So it is a concept of modulus. It is a concept of modulus. If you want to revise, if you want to understand the modulus concept in a better way, it should be like this: square root of f of x whole square. It is nothing but modulus of f of x, which is nothing but plus f of x. If fx greater than 0 is equal to 0, if fx is equal to 0, minus f of x if f of x less than 0. So this is a concept you have to understand with regards to modulus or absolute value, concept of absolute value. Okay, so now the answer for this is nothing but option number 4. So g dash 0 in this case is nothing but cos of ln2, cos of ln2. So the question is mainly based on the modulus concept here. So if that modulus concept is clear to you, this question can be answered easily. Next one is 35. The centers of those circles which touch the circle, the centers of those circles which touch the circle externally and also touch the x-axis lie on. You have to understand that this lie on case is related to the locus. That means the question perfectly you have to understand in this way. The locus of, centers of. Locus word is missing here. Locus word is missing here. In general, the locus term is to be used in every problem. Like what? Find the equation, the locus of a straight line. Find the equation, the locus of a circle. Generally what happens in every question, that locus term is eliminated because it is common to every question. So you have to understand according to the situation there, the locus of, centers of those circles which touch the circle externally and also touch the x-axis is on, that is lying on. So what I suggest you, whenever you get the locus problems, start by taking the term which is given after the locus of. If you see the question there, you have to find out the locus of centers of circles. Locus of centers of circles. So start the question like this. Let the center be. This is important. Px naught y naught. Why should it be like this? If you start like this, the problem will be split. It shows you the way to solve the problem. So let the center be Px naught y naught of what? Of the required circle. Now what is a given circle there? The given circle is nothing but x square. The given circle is nothing but x square plus y square minus 8x minus 8y. Minus 8x minus 8y. Let me see the equation once. Minus 8x minus 8y minus 4. This is minus 4. So minus 4 equal to 0. If you see this clearly, center is equal to 4 comma 4 and radius is equal to 16 plus 16, 32 plus 4 is 36 under root 6 is the radius. Let us understand the diagram approximately. That is, let us draw the diagram, nearer diagram, by taking the axis. This is x-axis and y-axis. And center is given to be 4 comma 4 here. That is something like, let me take a smaller one, 4, and it is 4, and the radius is nothing but 6 here. So it is 4 and 6 goes below x-axis. That means the circle will go like this, approximately. It goes like this. This is a circle whose center is 4 comma 4. And it is given that the set of circles, you have to find out the locus of, the centers of those set of circles which touch x-axis also, and this circle also externally. So the required circle set, one of the circle of the required set, maybe like this, touching x-axis. When the circle touches x-axis, don't forget that we have taken the center as x0 comma y0 because it is touching x-axis. Y coordinate of the center becomes its radius. That is, let me take this radius as C1 is 4 comma 4 and this R1 as 6 here, and this is R2, let me say. This is R2, is nothing but modulus of y0, I say. When a circle touches x-axis, it is touching x-axis continuously means when you roll this circle on x-axis, what is a parameter that won't change is the y-coordinate of the center won't change. That's the reason why the radius of that circle which touches x-axis becomes modulus of y-coordinate of the center. So that is why the radius becomes modulus of y0. Now C1, C2 is equal to C1, C2 is equal to R1 plus R2 because it is given that the circle, these two circles are touching each other externally. Now the distance between them, this is C2, which we have taken to be P here on the locus. C1, C2. So it is, I'm converting this x0, y0. I'm generalizing x0, y0 as xy. Then thereby you'll be getting x minus 4 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square is equal to 6 plus radius here, y0, modulus of y0. So this is, I'm converting this also as y. Now, because square root is there, and this side you have to square it. After simplification, this is a final equation. After simplification, you'll be getting it as x squared minus 8x minus 20y minus 4 equal to 0 is a parabola whose axis is parallel to y-axis because you have square root of x here and power of y is 1. It is axis, its axis is parallel to y-axis. Its axis is parallel to y-axis, and you can see for a parabola h square equal to ab, delta not equal to 0. Delta means abc plus 2fgh minus f square minus bg square minus ch square is not equal to 0. You can check it out, and h square equal to ab. What is h here? 0. What is ab here? 0. So h square equal to ab. So it becomes a parabola, and which is option number 2 here. Option number 2. So next question of this. Now what is, let us mark the option here. So there's option 2. Parabola. Next one is the sum of all real values of x satisfying the equation. The sum of all real values of x satisfying the equation x squared minus 5x plus 5 whole power x squared plus 4x minus 16 is equal to 1 is. When you see RHS here, It is 1. It is 1. So the cases of LHS becoming 1 is to be considered. See, when I say this base, what is the base here? X square minus 5x plus 5. This base can be 1. This base can be plus 1, and even it can be minus 1 also. And the power may become 0 also. Any base to the power 0, any base to the power 0 becomes 1. And any power to the base 1 also becomes 1. And any power to the base minus 1 also becomes 1. But this minus 1 should have even power. This minus 1 should have even power. What does it mean? If you have odd power, no? Like minus 1 whole cube is there, let me say. Minus 1 whole cube becomes what? 1. So you have to eliminate those cases of minus 1 where the power becomes odd. But for all even powers of minus 1, it becomes plus 1. So let us see how this problem goes. See, now in this case, if you see the question number 36 there, it is x squared minus 5x plus 5 whole power x squared plus 4x minus 60. Minus 60 is equal to 1. Minus 60 is equal to 1. Whether it is 60 or 6, let us see. Just a moment, please. This is okay, given to be 60 only. Now, so you will have 3 cases now. Like what? First case, x square minus 5x plus 1 equal to plus 5 is equal to 1. For all x square plus 4x minus 60. What does it mean? It may be any value. It may be any value. Of course, you may be thinking like this. It can be 1 power infinity. But we don't take the case of infinity here because it is already given to be 1. So for all values of x square plus 4x minus 60, if x square minus 5x plus 1 power something becomes 1 only. That is case 1. Now, case 2. X square minus 5x plus 5 is equal to minus 1 for all x square plus 4x minus 60 belongs to even real number. Why? Minus 1 whole power odd becomes minus 1. Minus 1 whole power even becomes plus 1. So you have to take only even values in this case. Third case is x squared plus 4x minus 60 equal to 0 for all x square minus 5x plus 5. Whatever the base it is, if it is 0, any base to the power 0 becomes 1. Don't think the limiting cases like infinity power 0 is undefined. But infinity case we don't consider because it is already declared to be 1. It's already declared to be 1. So here, now if you solve this, it is the roots of it are x squared minus 5x plus 4. So it will be x minus 1 into x minus 4 equal to 0, implies x equal to 1 or x equal to 4. Two solutions here. Coming to this, it is plus 6 here, so the roots will be x minus 2 into x minus 3 equal to 0, and thereby you'll be getting x equal to 2 and x is not equal to 3. Why x is not equal to 3? Because we have to take only even real numbers. If x equal to 3, it becomes minus 1 whole power 3 becomes minus 1, but not plus 1. Now coming to this, it is the factors are x plus 10 into, find the factors, 10, 6, 10, 6 or 60. Yeah? X minus 6 equal to 0 implies x is equal to minus 10 or 6. Okay, now the question is a sum of the real solutions. Therefore, sum is equal to 1 plus 4 plus 2 minus 10 plus 6. 3 eliminated because it is odd. So it is 5 plus 2, 7 plus 6, 30. It is 3. It is 3, please. So option number 3. Option number 3. Let us check it out. So your answer in this case should be option number 3. Going to the next question, please. It is related to sequences and series. If the second, fifth, and ninth terms of a non-constant AP, non-constant AP. What does it mean by constant AP? All the terms are equal. Non-constant AP or in GP, then the common ratio of this GP. Common ratio of this GP. So the terms that are in AP are given to be in GP, from which you have to find out the common ratio of GP. So let us see that. Question number 37. Question number 37 related to sequences and series. Related to sequences and series. So 37, it is given that T2, T5, T9 are in AP. Of AP or in GP, I must say like that. Of AP or in GP. Of AP or in GP, T2 means, let us take the first term as A, common difference, D, A plus 4D, A plus 8D, or in GP. GP condition, the square of the middle term is equal to product of the extremities, A plus D into A plus 8D. So this A square gets cancelled, and this is, you have 8AD here plus 16D square here, and you have 8D square here. It is AD plus 8AD, it's nothing but 9AD. 9AD, let us bring this to one side after writing this 9AD plus 8D square, which becomes, bring this to other side, AD minus 8D square is equal to 0. Divide with D, so A is equal to 8D. Get. You can divide with D, not a problem, because it is given to be non-constant area. So D is not equal to 0. Otherwise, one more solution you will get. Otherwise, it goes with verification only. Like if D is 0, you can take all the terms equal. That's all. But that is the reason why he gave it as non-constant area. A is equal to 8D. Now, common ratio we need. Common ratio is equal to T5 by T2. T5 by T2 is nothing but A plus 4D. 4D. 4D is nothing but A by 2. And A plus D. D is nothing but A by 8 here. A by 8 here. So if you simplify this, it is nothing but this is 3A by 2 and this is 9A by 8. So if you simplify that, you will be getting it as 4 by 3 and it is given to be option number 4. So the problem related to AP and JP. Now let us go through the next question, and here the option for this is 4. Let us go to the next question. The eccentricity of a hyperbola whose length of the Latus rectum is equal to 8. The eccentricity of the hyperbola is to be found out, and the length of the Latus rectum is equal to 8, and the length of its conjugate axis is equal to half of the distance between the foci. Half of the distance between its foci. Half of the distance between its foci. Let us see. What is a given length of the Latus rectum? Length of the Latus rectum. Let me, in the short form, say it as LLR. Length of Latus rectum is given to be 8 there, okay, and the conjugate axis is twice B, is twice half of the distance between the foci. Half of the distance between the foci. In the standard hyperbola, the distance between the foci is nothing but 2AE. 2AE. Now, this 2 gets cancelled, of course, and you write it as B by A is equal to E by 2. Always this type of problems you have to create B by A. If you create B by A, the problem goes easy for you. How? Squaring on both sides, B square by A square is equal to E square by 4. Add 1 on both sides, because we know E square is A square plus B square by A square. Taking LCM, you will get it as E square. That's the reason why whenever you get B by A, no, take the advantage of it. Square on both sides and add 1. It will be converted to E. If it is ellipse, no, then you have to create 1 minus B square by A square. So understand, for the hyperbola it is plus 1 here. For the ellipse it is 1 minus B square by A square. So this E square minus E square by 4 is equal to 1, where from you will get E is equal to 2 by root 3. E is equal to 2 by root 3, and here the option is 1. Why this is given? Is a question, because we have used the second part only. We have not at all used this. So using this only we have got that. And so C is nothing but the option number for this. It is option number 4. Next, coming to the question number 39, the number of terms in the expansion of 1 minus 2 by x plus 4 by x square whole power n x not equal to 0 is 28. Then the sum of the coefficients of all the terms in the expansion is. There is a little what should I say, ambiguity in the question. Little ambiguity in the question. What is the ambiguity here? Simple, I'll explain that. For example, if you take x plus y whole square now, how many terms you will have in x plus y whole square? Everyone says there will be 2 plus 1 terms. 2 plus 1 terms. Like what? X square plus 2xy plus y square. Okay. Now, if you have x plus something like 1 by x is there. That is whole square. Then in this case, of course, what happens? How many terms will be there in this case? X square plus 2 plus 1 by x. Okay? Now, if it is something, these two are with the same base, now there are chances of addition of terms. Of course, in this case, you are getting 2 plus 1, 3 only. 2 plus 1, 3 only. But when the more number of terms are given in the base, more number of terms are given in the base. For example, something like you have that like a plus b plus c whole square. In this case, you know, there are 6 terms. Everyone knows a square plus b square plus c square plus twice of ab plus bc plus c. Okay? And don't forget, all these 3 are different. That is why you can confirmably say that these are 6 terms. But sometimes what happens, if there is possibility of becoming the same terms, AB and BC may be same terms, like terms. When they are like terms, it won't be 2AB plus 2BC and it becomes 2AB plus 2AB. These two together may become 4AB if AB is equal to BC. Is it possible that AB is equal to BC? AB is equal to BC. Is it possible? That may be possible when these A, B, C are not different. Maybe something like the terms, maybe chances of adding the number of terms differ. If it is whole power 2, we are saying it has 6 terms. When these are not different, there are chances of getting this number less, because some terms may be added. So, in this case also, what is that happening? Here, the terms are given to be 1 minus 2 by x plus 4 by x square whole power 6 is there. Whole power 6 is there. Now, you have x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus and so on plus xr is equal to n. Then number of non-negative integral solutions is equal to n plus r minus 1 cr minus 1, which is same as the binomial expansion. So in this case, you are given only 3 here, x1 plus x2 plus x3. Don't forget this. x1 and x2, x3 are all different bases, different terms. But here 2 by x is there, 4 by x square is there. When you square it, no, this becomes x square. When you take power of 1 of this, no, what happens? X square plus x square becomes x power 4 in the denominator I'm talking about. When you, that is, you are getting a term x power 4. Similarly, in the other combination, there are chances of getting the same term, then thereby those two terms will be added and the number of terms will be reduced. That's what the ambiguity in the question. So let us see how to solve this. And the question setup formed this question based on this concept only. So what happens? The number of terms will be 6 plus 3 minus 1 C3 minus 1. It is given to be 28, the number of terms in the expansion, which is nothing but 8C2 is equal to 28. So 8 into 7 is equal to 56. This it is whole power n. I wrote 6 directly. It is not 6. It is whole power n because n values to be found out. N values to be found out. So it is n plus r minus 1. N plus r minus 1. R is the number of terms 3. They must be different. So what is it now? This is n plus 2 C2 is nothing but n plus 2 into n plus 1 is equal to 28 into 2, 56. 56 is nothing but 8 into 7. These are constitutive factors. These are also constitutive factors. N plus 2 is equal to 8. N is equal to 6. So what is to be found out now? Sum of all the coefficients is to be found out. So the expansion now becomes 1 minus 2 by x plus 4 by x square. Whole power n becomes whole power 6. Let it be some fx. Let it be fx here. Sum of coefficients becomes f of 1. Put x equal to 1. You know the concept of the binomial theorem. How? 1 plus x whole power n c0 plus c1x plus c2x square plus 1 plus cn x power n. Putting x equal to 1. This is the concept. So if you want sum of the coefficients in any expansion, put x equal to 1. Here also put x equal to 1. So sum of the coefficients is equal to f of 1. So what should be f of 1 here? It is equal to 1 minus 2 by 1 plus 4 whole power 6 which is nothing but 3 power 6, 3 power 6, which is nothing but 729, and that 729 is option 2 there, option 2. So it is solved in 2 phases. First phase is getting the value of n there. Getting the value of n means the power. It is based on this concept, that is number of non-negative integral solutions, n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. So we have got n plus, this is power n, 3 terms here, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3, n plus 3 minus 1 c 3 minus 1, that is n plus 2 c2 is given to be 28. It is given, please. 28 is given. Number of terms are 28 is given. So from that one we have got n is equal to 6. So substituted n is equal to 6, and the sum of the coefficients is needed in this case. So replace x equal to 1 here. Sum of the coefficients is got by f of 1. So I wrote x equal to 1 here. So you will be getting 729. The concept used is the binomial theorem expansion only. If you want the sum of all the binomial coefficients, replace x is equal to 1 there. So like that problem can be solved, which is the option number 2 there, 729. Now, let us see the mathematical reasoning question, and it can be easily solved using the mathematical reasoning only, but it can also be solved using Venn diagrams. Using Venn diagrams by converting them in the form of sets, like what? P and negation Q, or Q or negation P and Q. This is what given. This is what given. Let me show you that. P or negation Q, P and negation Q, or Q or negation P and Q. Let us distribute this, usual distribution. P or Q, and this is and negation Q or Q, or negation P and Q. So P or Q and negation Q or Q is true, or negation P and Q, which is also true here. This is also true here, and hence this is P R Q, and true is nothing but P R Q. Now you proceed like this. Otherwise, let capital P be a set which is containing P, and obviously negation P is nothing but P complement. Capital Q BQ, it is set Q I'm saying, implies negation Q is nothing but Q complement. Now let us rewrite the statement. Let us rewrite the statement and you have to treat this and as intersection and R as union. Don't forget. And is intersection, R is union. If you rewrite this, this is P intersection Q complement union Q union P complement intersection Q. And P intersection Q complement means only P, but not Q. And it is only Q, but not P. Only Q, but not P. Only P, but not Q. If you see the union of these two now, if you see the union of these two, intersection of P and Q will be missing. Okay. And because you are given union Q there, union means R over R. This Q contains obviously intersection. This Q contains obviously intersection. So thereby, you have to understand that every part of P and Q is covered. That means it is P union Q, which is nothing but P or Q. If you want to see the Venn diagram, this Venn diagram goes like this. It is P. It is P, it is Q. First part is only P but not Q. I am showing like this with the horizontal lines. And the last part is only Q but not P. Vertical lines. Which is missing in this case? This part is missing in this case. But in between, what is not given? Union Q is given. Union Q, again, union of this is given. Union means R over R. So that is the reason why this part will also be included, because union Q is given, and hence the final result will be P union Q. We can understand like that using Venn diagram. This intersection part is also added by the union of Q to both. Union of Q to both. Okay? So this is the alternate method I discussed, and for this the option is going to be what? Let us see that. In this case, it is P or Q is the option. Now, coming to the next question. It is 41. Consider f of x equal to tan inverse root over 1 plus sin x by 1 minus sin x for all x belongs to 0 to pi by 2. X belongs to 0 to pi by 2 means x is lying in the first quadrant. Then even if you write the submultiples of this, x by 2, then x by 2 lies in 0 and pi by 4. That also lies in the first quadrant only, submultiples. A normal to y is equal to f of x, that is to this curve, at x equal to pi by 6 also passes through the point. So you have to write the equation of the normal in this case. You have to write the equation of the normal in this case. Okay? So let us say this. 41. Question number 41. what is fx given there is nothing but tan inverse of root over 1 plus sin x by 1 minus sin x. And the condition of x we have already seen. X is lying in the first part. So you cannot straight away differentiate it because it is a bigger expression. If you simplify that, it will be more comfortable to you. Like tan inverse of root over 1 plus cos of pi by 2 minus x by 1 minus cos of pi by 2 minus x. Okay, now say this carefully. It is, I'll write it in this way, tan inverse of square root of, everyone knows 1 plus cos 2 theta formula, 2 cos square theta, 1 minus cos 2 theta formula, 2 sin square theta. So 2 cos square theta by 2 sin square theta, which is nothing but tan square theta, tan square theta. That means this will become half. This will become half. So it becomes tan square of pi by 4 minus x by 2. For your revision's sake, I am giving you this also. 1 minus cos 2 theta by 1 plus cos 2 theta is nothing but tan square theta. It is minus numerator plus denominator. Here plus numerator minus denominator. So it is not tan square but cos square. Reciprocal. This is a formula. So which becomes f of x equal to tan inverse of cot you will get. Before getting any term out of the square root, you have to put modulus there because we don't know whether it is positive or negative. But it is given that x is lying between 0 and pi by 2, and hence this part becomes positive only. That means this angle lies in the first quadrant only. Thereby, cot of the first quadrant anyway becomes positive. That is why you can straight away remove the modulus and you can straight away write that. So tan inverse of cot of this you will get, but it cannot be simplified. That is why tan inverse of tan of pi by 2 minus theta, that is pi by 2 minus 4, pi by 4 plus x by 2. Fx is nothing but y. Y and fx both are same. It is input. Y is input. X is y is output. X is input. X is the domain and y is the range. Fx is the range. So y is equal to pi by 4 plus x by 2. So what is the derivative? Dy by dx is 1 by 2. It is 1 by 2. You got the derivative now, which is the slope of this curve. Now x is given to be what? X is given to be, in this case, it is pi by 6. So x equal to pi by 6 implies y is equal to pi by 4 plus pi by 12. Pi by 4 plus pi by 12. 12 LCM. And 3 pi plus pi. 4 pi by 12. 4 pi by 12 means it is pi by 3. Y is nothing but pi by 3. Now, normal is to be written. Normal. Normal in the short form. Normal in the short form, you have to write like this. Denominator multiply denominator with x and numerator with y, that is 2x and 1 into y. Whatever the sign is there for the slope, put the same sign here and substitute the point. What is the point here? 2 into pi by 6 plus pi by 6. So obviously it becomes 2x plus y is equal to 2 pi by 3. Now if you substitute the options here, only one option satisfies, which is nothing but 0 comma 2 pi by 3, because you have to verify which point this normal passes through. This normal passes through only 0 comma 2 pi by 3. You can check it out. It is option number 4. Option number 4. Remaining won't satisfy. Remaining won't satisfy. If it is more than one correct answer question, he can create 2 points or 3 points or 4 points. But JEE main you will have single correct answer, so you will have only one option there. It is fourth option. Just see that. Fourth option is 0 comma 2 pi by 3. 0 comma 2 pi by 3. Now let us move on to the next question. It is 42, limit of 1 plus 1 n plus 2 so on 3n divided by n power 2n whole power 1 by n is equal to. So what you have to understand here, it is the limit of sum, that is definite integral as a limit of sum. Definite integral as a limit of sum. So you have to make use of definite integral as a limit of sum. So without knowing that definite integral as a limit of sum, this problem cannot be solved. So let us write this. Let us work out this and let us understand the formula which is related to limit as a sum. This is question of 42. Definite integral as a limit of sum. This is limit of 1 by n sigma f of r by n. R runs from 0 to n minus 1 into k. So number of terms will be n only, 0 to n minus 1. Or it can be 1 and it becomes nk as n tends to infinity. It is nothing but integral, it is 0 to integral 0 to k in both the cases. Integral 0 to k. In place of r by n, you will get fx. That means the limit of sum, sigma stands for sum, limit of sum expressed as the definite integral. So this problem is related to this concept, which is to be remembered. Okay. So let us now write the problem. It is limit of, if you see the question, by showing the question, I'll tell you a small adjustment here. See, this is n plus 1, n plus 2, and so on. 3n is there, no? This 3n, I will write it as n plus 2n. I will write that 3n as, I will write this 3n as n plus 2n. Why I'm doing that? Because if you see the denominator, it is n power 2n. How many terms are there? How many n's are here? 2n n's are here. 2n n's are here. How many terms, how many factors are here? N plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3, so on n plus 2n. That means 2n factors are in the numerator and 2n n's are in the denominator. So thereby what happens? I'll be allotting n to each factor. I'll be allotting 1 n to each factor. That is n plus 1 by n plus 2 by n plus 3 by n, so on, n plus 2n by n. Like that we will write it. To write it in the sigma notation. Sigma, what happens? We will be taking what is that varying here in this case 1, 2, 3, so on 2n. So whatever the varying term is there, you have to take it as r. We will mention this as r, this 2n as r, and this r range we will write from 1 to 2n, 1 to 2n, because in every term you have n. Every factor is containing n here. You can split it. N plus 1 by n is 1 plus 1 by n. So let us see how it can be written so that you will understand how it can be converted to the form of this. How it can be converted to the form of this. So limit of what I'm doing, n plus 1 by n into n plus 2 by n into so on into n plus 2n by n whole power 1 by n as n tends to infinity. This is the alteration we made to the given problem. Okay. So what happens? So what happens now? You can see the product here. This is the product. What I'm doing, limit of product stands for, here pi stands for product. Sigma stands for summation. Pi stands for product here. N plus r by n. R runs from 1 to 2n as n tends to infinity. This is what the alteration I made here. Now, what I do know, I have to convert this to sigma notation. The product can be converted to summation. The product can be converted to summation only through logarithm. Only through logarithm. Because log of x into y is equal to log x plus log y. Logarithm of any product can be written as the sum of the logarithm of each term. Sum of the logarithm of each term. So this product is now to be converted to sigma notation. So let us see that. Now I will be introducing now e power log of this, log of limit of pi of 1 plus r by n. R runs from 1 to 2n as n tends to infinity. Of course, base e. I wrote this under the impression that you know this property of the logarithm. If you don't know, just revise it. Since a power log n to the base a is nothing but n. Of course, revise the restrictions of a also. Restricted domain for a. It will not take all the real numbers. Just revise it. Now, this is what? Log of limit or limit of log? One and the same. Log of limit, limit of log, or one and the same. So let us see now. This is e power limit of log of pi, that is log of xy, which becomes log x plus log y. Log of x into y becomes log x plus log y. So log of pi becomes sigma log of this. Pi becomes sigma if logarithm is sent inside. So limit of sigma. And don't forget, you have 1 by n here. So this is whole power 1 by n is there. So when you apply logarithm, that 1 by n comes out. That 1 by n comes out. Otherwise, you mention it here. After applying logarithm, that will come out. So you will have 1 by n also outside. 1 by n sigma. I'm writing this directly. ln of 1 plus x. 1 plus r by n. R runs from 1 to 2n. Just to see that. Understand this carefully. This product becomes summation if you apply log here. That's what I wrote. Now it is nothing but e power definite integral as a limit of sum, limit of this, just to say this. R by n becomes x. R by n becomes x. So R by n becomes x. And integral of the limits are 0 to k, 1 to k. This is 1 to nk also becomes 0 to k. So here 1 to 2n becomes 0 to 2. ln of 1 plus x dx. ln of 1 plus x dx. So integral ln x ln x minus x no plus c. Integral of ln x is ln x minus x plus c. Okay. So you can make use of this or apply by parts. Integral u dv is equal to uv minus integral of v dv. This is u, this is v, e power x ln of 1 plus x. The limits are 0 to 2 minus integral 0 to 2 v dx. E du, that is x. Du means derivative log of 1 plus x is x upon 1 plus x. And to solve this integral, add 1 and subtract 1. Add 1 and subtract 1. Thereby, you will be getting e power ln 9, this one, minus 2 minus ln 3. You can simplify this, you can understand this easily. So everything is done here except solving this integral. Now this finally becomes e power ln 9 into 3, 27 minus 2. So 27 upon e square is the final answer, option number 4. So this much of working is there. You may be thinking, if it is given in the objectives, how can we work out this? You have to, because you will have to make use of definite integral concept to solve this limit, and it is linked with the integral here, and you will have to skip off some steps in between, direct steps. Otherwise, the time won't be sufficient. So you have to, at a glance, you have to get the idea of this formula, and thereby you can jump off to this directly. For the explanation purpose, I gave you all this, but you can jump off directly to this step and you can solve this. Okay? So in this case, the option is 4. Option is 4, yeah. So it is a limit problem linked with the definite integral, okay? Now let us see the next question, 43. If one of the diameters of the circle given by the equation, circle equation is very much given, and is a chord of a circle S whose center is at -3, 2, then the radius of S is. What is the data given there? Just understand. A circle is very much given. Whose diameter is given to be the chord of another circle, yes. The equation of S, circle S, is not given except its center. Center is given, and we have to find out the radius. So radius we don't know. Is we find out. Let the radius be R. You know the center. So let us write the equation of the given circle. Let us write the equation of the given circle. So the given circle is not named. Let me name it. The question number 43. Let me name it. Let it be S dash is equal to x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus 6y minus 12 equal to 0. Whose the center is equal to 2 comma minus 3, and radius of course is 4 plus 9 plus 12 is 5. Correct? 9 plus 4, 30, minus or minus 12, 25. 25 under root 5. So radius is 5. Let me write this completely because we are going to take that as R. Now, yes, radius is not given, but the center is given to be minus 3, 2. So the circle becomes x plus 3 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square is equal to R square, where R is required radius. And the chord of this circle is the diameter of that circle. That's what you do. Chord of this circle is the diameter of the circle, or diameter of this circle is the chord of this circle. Both are same. How to get the diameter? When two circles are like this, one of the diameter of the first circle is the diameter of is the chord of another circle. It is like this. So this chord belongs to S equal to 0. This diameter belongs to S dash equal to 0. That's what the data is. Ultimately, what is to be find out? You have to find out the equation of this, which is nothing but s minus s dash equal to. So, if you write s minus s dash equal to 0, which is nothing but a common chord of the circle. Okay. In other words, also it can be asked. The former circle is bisecting the later circle. The later circle is bisecting the former circle. Or it can be given like this also. One circle is bisecting the circumference of other circle. All these are same in this case. All these are same in this case. So, now what happens? S minus S dash equal to 0. If you subtract, no, what happens? This is plus 6x here, minus of minus 4x there. So 10x, and it is minus 4y here. It is minus 6y here, minus 10y. And it is 9 plus 4, 13. 13 plus 13 plus 12 plus 25. This is minus r squared. Equal to 0 is the equation of the diameter. It's not even a common chord. Common chord equation we have got it. This common chord itself is the diameter of the first circle. And hence, this center must satisfy this equation. This is the center here. What is the center of this circle? C is nothing but 2 comma minus 3. 2 minus 3 belongs to s minus s dash equal to 0. So substitute there 20 plus 30 plus 25 minus r square equal to 0. R is equal to root 75, which is nothing but 5 root 3 units. 5 root 3 units, which is option number 4. Just understand, the other ways of asking this question is one circle bisects the circumference of other circle. One circle bisects the circumference of other circle, and the diameter of one of the circles like this. Just this is given now in this case. Like that, understand different forms of it, and in this case, the answer is 5 root 3. Let us now see. Question number 44. Let two fair six-faced dice A and B. First die is capital A, second die is capital B. Be thrown simultaneously. If even is the event of the die A shows up 4, die A shows up 4. I'll write this step directly. That is why I'm explaining now itself. Getting 4 probability is 1 by 6 on A. On A, getting 4 probability is 1 by 6. And E2 is the event of that die B shows up 2. To number 2. Getting number 2 on die B is also 1 by 6. Don't forget. So P of E1 is 1 by 6. P of E2 is also 1 by 6. And E3 is the event that the sum of the numbers on both dice is odd. Sum of the numbers on both dice is odd means when 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, there will be 6 into 6 outcomes. Everyone knows it. There will be 6 into 6, 36 outcomes will be there. In the 36 outcomes, you have to understand half of 36, half of 36, that is 18. 18 outcomes will have their sum even, and 18 outcomes will have their sum odd. Check it out. If 1, 1, it begins with 1, 1, no? What is sum of 1, comma 1? Even. Sum of 1, comma 1 is even. Next one is 1, comma 2. What is sum of 1 comma 2? Odd. So alternatively it goes. What he needs here? He needs here to be odd now. This is odd now. So 1 is even, 1 is odd. Next is even, next is odd. Like that, among 36, half of them sum. Half of the outcomes sum is even, half of the outcome sum is odd. So 18 is a favorable here, and total is 36. So E3 is nothing but 18 by 36. P of E3 is nothing but 18 by 36. Is 1 by 2. So what is that we have learned? P of E1 is 1 by 6, P of E2 is 1 by 6, P of E3 is 18 by 36, which is nothing but 1 by 2. Then which of the following statements is not true? Don't forget, not true. E1 and E3 are independent. E1, E2 and E3 are independent. Like this, the options are. First of all, the condition of independency. The condition of independency. What are the independent terms? What are the independent terms? Independent terms are those terms, the independent events are those events. Independent events are those events. The occurrence of one event does not influence the occurrence of other event. The occurrence of one event does not influence the occurrence of other event. So, what is to be proved here? If P of E1 intersection E2 is equal to P of E1 into P of E2, then we say that these two are independent. This is the first option. We have to proceed according to the options only. The second one is P of E1 intersection E2 intersection E3 is equal to P of E1 into P of E2 into P of E3. If it is satisfying, then we say that they are independent. Let us check it out. E1 intersection E2 is nothing but E1 is getting number 4, E2 is getting number 2. Getting number 4, getting number 2. Is it E1, E2 or E1, E3? Let us see that. It should be E1, E2. E1, E2, 1. Correct. Let me check. This is first one is E1 and E3 or E1 and E3. E1 and E3. Second one is E1, E2, E3. So E1 and E3 are independent. You have to check. So how to do that? This is not E2. This is E3. This is E3. Now, E1 intersection E2 means getting number 4 and sum being odd. Getting number 4 and sum being odd. Sum being odd. When is it possible? When is it possible? How many such outcomes will be there? E1 is getting 4 and E3 you have to get a sum on the 2 dice to be odd. To be odd. So to be odd means how many such outcomes you will get for E1 and E3. Let us see once the question. Then you will understand in a better way. E1 is the event of that die A shows up 4. And E3 is the event that the sum of the numbers of both the dice is odd. Both the dice is odd. So E1 is fixed to be even number here, that is 4. And the sum is fixed to be odd here. Then sum of 2 even numbers is always even. Sum of 2 odd numbers is always. Sum of 2 odd numbers is always even only. This is to be odd. it must be combined with the sum to be odd, it must be combined with odd number. 4 1, 4 3, 4 5. So how many such outcomes you will get? It should be 4 1, 4 3, 4 5. How many are these, please? Even intersection E3 is nothing but 3 divided by 36. So the probability of even intersection E2 is 3 divided by 36. And what is P of even? We have seen it already, 1 by 6. P of E3, please. P of E3, 18 by 36. Half of them. Half of them. Half of them becomes odd. I explained you that. 1 by 6 into 1 by 2, it is 1 by 12. So this is correct statement. Correct statement. Let us come to this now. Even is getting number 4, 1 by 6. E2 is getting number 2, 1 by 6. E3 is getting the sum odd, which is 18 by 36. Keep it like that, RHS. Now, this number is 4 even. This number is 2 even. And this number is sum odd. Sum on the dice is odd. When these two are fixed to be even, sum of even numbers is always even. Where you don't get sum odd, that means there is no intersection for E3 here with even and E2. You understand what I'm saying? When these two becomes even, sum of even numbers will be even only, but you must get the sum to be odd, which is impossible. Which is impossible event, I say. So impossible event is 0. 0 by 36 is equal to 1 by 6 into 1 by 6. If you check it out, LHS becomes 0 and RHS is other than that. Other than 0. So which is wrong here? Which is wrong here? So statement number 2 is wrong. So option here is 2, please, which is not true. Why it is not true? Because it is given to be independent. Just check it out. If you see, this is given to be independent. E1, E2 and E3 are given to be independent. But they are not independent because they are not satisfying the condition. So answer is 2 there. Now 45, a value of theta for which 2 plus 3i sine theta. Value of theta for which 2 plus 3i sine theta by 1 minus 2i sine theta is purely imaginary. It is purely imaginary. Purely imaginary means its real part must be 0. Purely imaginary means its real part must be 0. If its real part is 0, then what should be the value of theta is the question. So, let us say it is a simple question only, which is related to complex numbers. It is related to complex numbers. So, if you see this, question number 45. Question number 45. This 2 plus 3i sine theta divided by 1 minus 2i sine theta is imaginary given. Purely imaginary. Is purely imaginary. When it is purely imaginary, I am writing this directly. Is purely imaginary. So if it is purely imaginary, as you know, its real part must be 0. So, which implies real part of two plus 3i sine theta divided by 1 minus 2i sine must be 0. That given part to be, given complex number to be purely imaginary, its real part must be 0. So what shall we do now? You have to express it in the form of x plus iy. Real part plus I into the second part, that is x plus iy form. X plus iy form. For that purpose, what I'm doing, I'm realizing the denominator. Generally, this word is not used. I'm using it. Rationalizing the denominator, we say. Rationalizing means elimination of root. Realizing means eliminating the imaginary part here. That is not even realizing. Realizing the denominator, to realize the denominator, what I'm doing, 1 plus 2i sine theta. What I'm doing, I'm writing it, its conjugate. Its conjugate is 1 plus 2i sine theta by 1 plus 2i sine theta. Must be 0. What is that I wrote here? Real part. Must be 0. So don't write the entire denominator. It's waste of time. Entire denominator, because in the cross multiplication, that denominator becomes 0. In the cross multiplication, the denominator becomes 0. Let us collect only the real part in the numerator. Only the real part in the numerator. So, what is the real part here? It is 2 minus 6i square plus 6i square becomes minus 6. That's all. Whatever the denominator it is, in the cross multiplication that becomes 0. So sine square theta is equal to 1 by root 3 whole square. Correct? Sine square theta is equal to 1 by root 3 whole square. 1 by root 3 whole square. So if you want to write the general solution, you can write it, but if you see the options, straight away it is given to be one of the values is sine inverse. One of the values is theta is equal to sine inverse 1 by root 3. It is option number 2, please. Straight question through the ordinary simplification, but what you have to do, you have to, while working out the objectives, you have to skip off some steps, and your mind calculation should be good. And if you skip off some 2 to 3 steps in between, then you can be you can save the time. You can save the time, and thereby you can answer more questions. So here in this case, it is second option, sine inverse 1 by root 3.